Hello, my name is Eli, and I'm here to help you draw. So a little bit about me is that I've been drawing for about 2 years now, and I'm still very much a beginner, and I wanted to start a series that would help people be motivated to draw. This is not going to be a series about tutorials or how to draw or what to do. It's more about getting the motivation to draw and wanting to draw and tapping into the things that make you special so that you can make things that only you can make. I am a huge fan of art, I'm a huge fan of drawing, and I've always wanted to be able to draw, and I've struggled with it most of my life, and only recently have I been able to get past the first wall of I suck at this and I'm never going to be good at it, I'm going to quit. And so what I really want to do is help people go from the absolute day zero to becoming somewhat proficient and getting closer and closer to being able to draw for themselves. It takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of effort, it takes a lot of patience to get there. And that's something that I really thought would be helpful to new people. You're gonna have to excuse my kind of makeshift apparatus here. I'm on the road at the moment, and so it's a little difficult to really get a good camera setup going. So I've hit the road. I actually sold all my stuff, closed down the archive, and I hit the road. My goal for next year is to travel across Ireland and the UK, drawing all the many castles I can get to, and really giving myself as much time as I can to focus only on art. And so it makes it a little tough to really have a good setup going. But we'll make do. I mean, the most important thing is that we're here, right? And so the limitations really bring out creativity, right? And so this is part of that. But as I mentioned before, this is not going to be a series about tutorials. It's not going to be about all the many ways you can learn how to draw. There's already a near infinite amount of tutorials out there of many, many, many great artists, many of them professionals. I think I would hazard to guess that if you only ever used YouTube tutorials, there's more than enough out there to become a master artist. If you give yourself enough time and you know how to dig for it, it's all out there. There's countless, many incredible artists out there that's already making great tutorials. So this is going to be a lot more about the mindset and more about the motivation and the discipline to keep with it and to keep yourself happy. Really, it's really difficult to drive that motivator for yourself because there's so much ambiguity when it comes to improvement and to growth, especially within something that's so hard to grasp as art. And so this is really going to be a place for people to come together, support one another, make sure we're all doing our thing and we're showing up every day. And then we can go off and go watch our tutorials and go watch our many different artist teachers out there. But here is where we have fun. And so I really wanted to also create something just for myself to kind of track my own progress as I step out of this learner's path and go more into the doer's path, where I'm no longer, learning anatomy. I'm no longer so stringent about doing reference studies, and now I'm more focused on the doing part. And the doing part is very difficult. It's an entirely different muscle than it would be for studies. The way I kind of describe it is if you were learning how to play guitar, you would go from, you learn the strings, you learn the chords, you learn chord progression, you learn how to play by playing along with a song, you have to play parts over and over and over to get the rhythm down, and eventually you can get to where you can play a song, and then you get to where you can play a little bit better, a little bit faster, a little bit smoother. But now when it comes to making your own music, it's basically taking all that you learned and basically starting all over again and really learning how to apply all the things you learned. And it takes a lot to do that. And so this is essentially going to be tracking that. and you get to kind of come along with my trip across Ireland and across Scotland, and hopefully it all goes well and we all kind of grow together and everything is just magnificent. And so I just have a few of my sketchbooks out just to kind of show the things I want to be going, kind of showing off. I got this great postcard book that a friend of mine gave me that I can fill up with, castles and different buildings I see. I only have one now, and it was mighty difficult. And so I've got lots of room here for more adventures. There's about 25 in here. So that's going to be a lot of fun. If you are learning how to draw, something you're going to be hearing a lot recommended is Draw-a-Box, which can be a lot of beneficial information if it's a little bit tedious. But the big thing is that it really doesn't take a lot to get into a good sketch habit, and just plop down squares and rectangles and cubes and spheres and cylinders, cubes and tubes, I call it. And that was something that I think really kind of jettisoned, grew. My drawing ability was stopping the desire to skip foundational steps, and that's something that it's really tempting to skip the foundation and skip right to the fun stuff. But if you can get into a good sketch habit, it really does not take too long, and it becomes part of your good habits, and it's always something that will be helpful. So if I always say you have to draw every day. There's no real way around it. If you want to get better, you have to work the muscle. And so if all you can manage is a page full of cubes, that's all you got. I'm also in the process of becoming a comic book artist, and so I have a lot of storyboards that I've been going through and making. So anybody who wants to do comic book art, this will be really helpful for you, because kind of goes through the process, and hopefully we can all grow together with that. I'm also working on part 3 of my webcomic, Fist of Adam, which has been a huge labor of love, and I have a lot of process around this that I can kind of keep track of, and hopefully it helps people with their processes. And it's just kind of fun. We can all kind of watch how this story develops on its own. I started this series as a way to learn how to draw, and now I'm in my 3rd year of making it. And so it's pretty cool to see how far it's grown. And then I have more storyboards and roughs, and so really wanting to put my best foot forward here. I have a few courses that I'm also going to be doing. I have books that I can review. Basically, come along with me. Let's all learn how to draw together. You're not in this alone. You're not the first person who's struggled. You're not the first person who's wanted to draw and maybe is a little bit too worried to start. But if you're looking for motivation to start, here you go. Doesn't matter what you draw. Doesn't matter how you draw it. It kind of matters how you draw it, but if you want to draw, if you want to make your marks, if you want to tap into the passion that you have, there's a reason why you clicked on this video. It's because you have passion. It's because you want to explore that passion. And so together, we can find a way to really help tap into that and get that driving force going, and hopefully become an incredible artist yourself. And so this is day 0. Essentially, for all the people who want to start for the New Year's, start today. Get a little piece of paper, draw some cubes. Just throw some cubes down, just throw some scribbles. I'll be sharing some exercises that I do. Just kind of, checking on this space. We'll be updating it as often as I can. I'm not sure how often, because I will be on the road. But, we're all in this together. And so let's all succeed together. And so this series is going to be called Just Draw. No matter what you think, no matter what you rationalize, no matter what you intellectualize, you just have to draw. And that's it. There's no real way around it. So get your pencil, get a piece of paper, cube and tube it up. I'll do some more. I did some today already, but I'll do even more because it's fun. And so drawing should be fun, and let's go find some fun. So have a good day and have a great new year, and just draw.